Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to talk about on-page SEO a little bit further, and I'm going to share with you a little tool that I use, which is a really cool tool for people who want to do their own on-page SEO, and more specifically own on-page SEO within WordPress. And this tool is called Measure My SEO, and I've included a link below which you can click on if you're interested in checking it out. And what I'll do is I'll just show you for a number of different WordPress sites that I've set up and that I'm running for whatever reason, that I've installed this plugin tool onto, and I've been using it for quite a while actually. And I'll just show you exactly how it looks once you've installed it, and just a couple of the elements of it. So let me go over to my site that I have here, which is Training for CNA. Which is a site that I've been running for a little while now, over a year. And you have a look over, first of all, we're in the editing section, so we can go in there and edit the text and whatever else. And you have a look over here on the right hand side, and this is really the right hand panel where it actually grades for you, and it shows you your SEO score, and it breaks it down into a number of key factors, and they're the factors that I spoke about in the previous video, which are things like the keyword phrase in the title tag, meta description in the keyword tag. Now I actually, in the previous video when I was talking about the keyword tag, I didn't actually include it as one of the top 10 factors, because in Google don't actually use it as a ranking factor at all. But these guys recommend it because they're looking at ranking for a number of other search engines, whereas I'm generally just talking Google because that's where everyone's coming to look for stuff, is Google. So we also have the keyword density as well, and they recommend a 3% keyword density, which is a good factor or a good percentage to recommend. And there are different ways of measuring it, but this is essentially the way that these guys measure it and the way that they check it out. I actually recommend it. I like this particular method. The keyword phrase in the H1 tags, the keyword phrase in the H2 tags, and the H3 tags, keyword phrase in front sizing in strong, bold, italic, and strong. Now, I haven't actually found this one to be a massive and most critically important factor, but these guys place it on there as because what they're basically doing is they're saying that if all sites are equal, then they all need to have all these factors implemented. And it's certainly is a good measure when you're looking at doing on-page optimization for a WordPress-based site. And they also look at the keyword phrase in the alternate text, and the alt text is in your images, making sure that you actually have your keywords in there. And you can see that my SEO page score is 22.2%, which is pretty abysmal. And as you can imagine, I'm going to increase that dramatically while I show you, the couple of things that you can implement in order to make it look nice and funky. So if I scroll down, this here is the page SEO values. This is essentially where you're telling the plugin what keywords you want to look at optimizing the site for. And I've set it up for CNA training in here, so I've gone and told it, yes, that's the keyword phrase that I want to be able to optimize for. And you can put in a single keyword or multi-word phrase in there. And if you have a look at the just here, you can see things like the title tag and the description tag and the keywords tag. And when you enter the information into there, that overrides your existing phrase, title tag, and description tag. So it's sort of, if you have some of the other plugins, like let's say the all-in-one SEO pack or something like that, this sort of overrides a lot of the elements of that, because it allows you to go through and replace a lot of the information on page. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll give you an example, and this is another really cool feature, is every time you make an update, it checks every 30 seconds. And every 30 seconds that it checks, without actually having to save, so you don't have to go down to the update button here, you don't have to update every time, it will actually go through, and based on the changes you've made prior to saving, it actually gives you a score. So if I give you an example, if I wanted to fix up that title tag, so I'll scroll down here, and I'll change the word title tag, so I have training online. If I just add the word CNA, because it needs to be CNA training, it needs to contain that word, and then I go up here, and then I do another SEO check. There you go, the box is ticked. So, and that increases my score to 33.3%. So what I'll do now is I'll go through and I'll make a couple of quick changes to the site, and then we'll start up again, and I'll show you what it looks like once we get it up close to 100%. And actually, you know what? I actually just did pause it, and then I thought, you know what the heck? I'm going to actually show you how to do it live, because I think that it'll actually be of a lot more benefit for you if you can see it in, you can see it running there live. So I'll go through. So if we start with this first one here where it's saying keyword phrase and meta description in description meta tag. So I'll scroll down here to my meta description tag, which I have naturally, there are things you should know about training for CNA. So if I put the word training in there, training for CNA training, once this is completed, there will be responsibilities for you to take care of and the option for you to further your career. So if I go through now and I do a quick SEO check, there you go, that's ticked. So I'll go through and I'll continue looking at each one. So we have keyword phrase and keyword meta tag. So I need to make sure I've got the keyword phrase and the keyword meta tag, training, CNA training. I'm not going to keep clicking refresh now because I can see that as it refreshes that it will tell me the information that I need. And if I start on the next one, keyword phrase density in body text should be 3%, and it's currently 1.9%. So all I need to do is I need to add the word CNA training back in there again somewhere. And CNA training, CNA course. Okay, here we go. First paragraph. So there are no exact prerequisites needed to enroll in a CNA course. There we go. To enroll in a CNA training course. Okay, so that should increase the density. I'll check when it refreshes the next time. Keyword phrase in H1. So what have we got here? Heading 3, heading 3, heading 3. So I'm going to increase one of these to H1 and I'll make it the first one because that's generally your headline that stands out nicely. And I'll increase another one, working after CNA training. Yeah, I'll do CNA training, why not? And I'll increase that. So that's CNA training there. So that will run it again. So I've now added the keyword phrase in the H1 tag. I've added in the H2 tag. And let's have a look what it says now. 88.9%. So now all I need to do is add the keyword phrase font sizing. So I need to have it in strong. So if I have this one here in strong. Oops. And perhaps if I do it again one more time for good measure. Am I using the word CNA training anymore on this page? Ah, okay, look, there you go. Actually, it looks like I don't actually need to do it. So it's refresh, and just by going and making CNA training bold one more time, that's it. It's brought it up to 100%. So again, a really, really good tool. And like I said beforehand, the link is at the bottom underneath this video. A really good tool to use for WordPress users of sites to install that plugin, get it running, and it's great. You go through, how long did that take? The length of this video. You've just done on-page SEO for one of the pages in the sites. And you can do that for all of the sub-pages, you can do that for all of the posts, as well as the one of the pages that you index as the home page. And again, nice, easy, simple tool to do on-page optimization of a site. If I were to, I really don't have any negative factors against it. My only criticism again would be the fact that they're talking about having the keyword phrase and the keyword meta tag, but it's only because I focus on Google all the time. So yeah, click on the link below and check it out if you think it's something that's worthwhile for you.